Today we're diving into the fascinating world of extinct alien species that were once right here on Earth. Now you might be wondering, aliens on Earth? Really? Well, hold on to your hats, because this isn't about little green men. These were creatures from a different world, not outer space, but a different time. We're talking about amazing, otherworldly creatures that roamed the planet millions of years ago. So get ready to embark on a journey through time and uncover the mysteries of Earth's ancient inhabitants. My name is AJ Spatola with Most Amazing, and these are the top 10 extinct alien species that used to walk among us. At number 10 is dragons. I'm serious, y'all. Dragons, those legendary creatures, may not be just myths. Though we lack concrete proof, the idea of their existence holds intriguing possibilities. You see, if dragons once walked among us, their skeletal structure would likely have necessitated incredibly light bones for flight, akin to birds. This attribute would make the preservation of their bones through fossilization an exceedingly challenging feat. Another point of evidence is that, curiously, our human instinct to duck might be more than just a quirk. It could be an ancestral echo of an avian prey response, despite humans lacking natural avian predators. Now, what's truly fascinating is the simultaneous appearance of dragons across various ancient cultures. These parallel depictions, emerging independently, suggest a shared experience rather than a cultural exchange of ideas. The universality of these visions raises questions about whether these creatures might have actually existed, leaving us to contemplate the possible reality of these awe-inspiring beings that once roamed our world. At number 9 is the direwolf. The direwolf is a creature that disappeared from the scene roughly 13,000 years ago. Imagine a wolf, but much bulkier, tipping the scales at 130 to 150 pounds. That's some considerable heft. Yet, don't mistake them for speed demons. Direwolves had shorter limbs, so they wouldn't win any races. In the grand tree of canids, they branched off from modern wolves about 5.7 million years ago, making them distant relatives of today's lupines. What's even more intriguing is that these creatures evolved exclusively in North America, distinct from their cousins who occasionally crossed the continents. They also didn't mix genes with coyotes or gray wolves, so direwolves were unique, evolutionary marvels that once walked among us, contributing to the rich tapestry of our planet's history. If you're enjoying the video so far, you could support the channel by pressing like, subscribing to Most Amazing, and ringing that notification bell. I personally would really appreciate it. At number 8 is Neanderthals. You ever wonder why we're the only species on this planet that's traveled to space, painted the Mona Lisa, or invented Velcro? It's a bit odd, considering our closest relatives like chimpanzees and bonobos haven't shown much ambition in those areas. But it turns out that there have been other species like us, and we actually had a hand in their extinction. About 6 million years ago, some apes in our family tree evolved into the genus Homo, and from there, things got interesting. Our ancestors traded tree swinging for walking upright and developed big brains, allowing us to create tools, hunt, and build shelters. Now here's where it gets fascinating. By the time Homo sapiens came along around 300,000 years ago, we were the 9th Homo species, and one of the other 9 was the Neanderthals. These folks were our closest relatives, shorter and stockier, but with big brains too. They lived in challenging environments and even buried their fallen, suggesting symbolic behavior linked to language. But here's the twist. It seems that we weren't the best of friends with the Neanderthals. As we moved into Europe, their numbers declined, possibly due to competition for resources, and we might have outmatched them in the end. Might have? I think actually evidenced by the fact that we're not Neanderthals, I think we did. Yet here's the plot twist. See, we didn't just defeat the Neanderthals, we also got cozy with them. DNA evidence shows that we mated with them and their genetic legacy lives on within us. Humans are 1 to 8% Neanderthal, genetically speaking. And there's even more DNA from other mysterious ancient humans that we shared a bed with, like the Denisovians. So imagine this, there might have been these extinct alien-like species walking among us, but instead of coexisting peacefully, we might have played a part in their disappearance. It's a wild chapter in our human history, and it's all right there in our genes. At number 7 is the Argentavis. This colossal avian of ancient times was truly a sight to behold. With an impressive wingspan of up to 24 feet, twice the size of today's largest birds, this feathered giant dominated the prehistoric skies. Picture the awe and fear of witnessing such a massive creature soaring above. Interestingly, despite its enormous size, Argentavis wasn't a fierce predator, but a scavenger. Preferring already deceased meals, it posed less of a threat to living creatures. To take flight, these birds probably relied on mountainous terrain, using wind patterns and slopes for takeoff due to their hefty bodies. Moreover, their reproductive strategy likely involved raising a small number of young for extended periods, increasing their chances of survival. Through their dependence on thermal air currents and strategic living spaces, these magnificent birds navigated their ancient world, leaving behind a legacy as one of the most massive flying creatures to have ever graced the skies. At number 6 is the Megalodon. Of course. You know, when we think about our ancient creatures that once roamed the earth, it's not just the land-based dinosaurs that grab our attention. There were some remarkable sea dwellers too, and among them was the Megalodon. Picture this. He's a colossal shark, the biggest to ever exist, cruising through prehistoric oceans. Imagine being out in the open ocean and suddenly encountering a massive 50-foot long shark with teeth bigger than your head. Yeah, that's what the Megalodon was like, a real-life sea monster. This colossal shark was a true apex predator, ruling the oceans with its enormous size and insatiable appetite. It had a preference for dining on whales, dolphins, porpoises, and even giant sea turtles. Fossils of whale bones with Megalodon tooth marks are evidence of its incredible power and dominance in the ancient seas. So what led to the Megalodon's disappearance? Well, it's believed that changing environmental conditions played a significant role in its disappearance. About 2.6 million years ago, the Earth began to cool, entering a period of global cooling. This change in climate impacted the Megalodon's habitat as it thrived in warm tropical waters. As these warm waters shrank, it led to a reduction in its primary food sources and potentially made the shallowy coastal waters where it gave birth to its young too cold to sustain the species. And just like that, one of the most formidable predators to ever exist became an ancient legend of the sea. And number 5 is mammoths. Part of the mammoth genus, these guys roamed North America millions of years back. They boasted distinct flat molars perfect for munching on rough vegetation, unlike the cusped teeth of mastodons. Intriguingly, despite similarities between mammoths and mastodons as proboscideans, the former shares a closer genetic bond with today's elephants, particularly the Asian elephant. This link highlights the incredible connection between species across epochs. At number 4 is the Homo Floresiensis. In the Chronicles of Human Evolution, the story of Homo Floresiensis, dubbed the Hobbit due to its small stature, continues to baffle scientists. Unearthed in the Indonesian island of Flores, these beings, standing slightly over 1 meter tall, introduced a narrative that didn't neatly fit into our established human family tree. Experts proposed various theories about their origins. Were they descendants of a Homo erectus, an ancient offshoot, or perhaps a group afflicted by a unique disease? The scientific community grappled with the understanding of the precise connection between Homo sapiens and this mysterious species. Previously, it was widely assumed that only Homo sapiens voyaged beyond Southeast Asia towards regions like New Guinea and Australia. The unearthing of Homo floresiensis on an isolated Indonesian island overturned this viewpoint, challenging the belief that ancient humans lacked the means to navigate through the region. This discovery revolutionized our understanding of prehistoric migration patterns, leaving a tale of mystery and curiosity in the annals of human evolution. And number 3 is this giant beaver. The story of Castoroides, or the giant beaver, is a curious tale of a truly colossal rodent that walked the lands of North America thousands of years ago. Unlike the beavers that we know today, these guys were behemoths weighing at a staggering 125 pounds, almost 3 times the size of modern North American beavers. Picture the beaver the size of a black bear wandering through the regions of the Great Lakes, venturing down into the American Northeast and even as far south as South Carolina. During the warmer spells, it even explored the icy terrains of Alaska and the Yukon, but when the temperatures plummeted, it was scurried back to the warmer climates down south. What's truly mind-boggling is the discovery of the remains of both modern beavers and these ancient giants in the same deposits, hinting at shared habitats and similar ways of life. The coexistence of these vastly different sized relatives paints an incredible picture of the diversity of life that once graced our world. At number 2 is the Megalania. This behemoth is a lizard stretching up to 23 feet in length and weighing in more than a whopping 4,000 pounds, making it a colossal carnivorous force to be reckoned with. This awe-inspiring lizard wandered across grasslands, open forests, and woodlands, likely asserting dominance through a diet that included feasting on an assortment of sizable creatures like mammals, snakes, birds, and even fellow lizards. Its teeth, akin to serrated blades, might have been its perfect predatory weapon. What's particularly fascinating about this lizard is the debate around its potential venomous nature, which, if confirmed, would crown it the largest known venomous vertebrate to ever have existed. The idea of this colossal predator equipped with venom adds a spine-tingling layer to an already remarkable ancient giant. And number 1 is the Tasmanian tiger. Not a true tiger, but a carnivorous marsupial, once possessed a unique and fascinating existence. Their appearance was akin to a combination of a stylish punk rock jackal with zebra-esque features, complete with a kangaroo-like pouch for their young. These elusive creatures roamed the Australian Australian landscape, because of course they're from Australia, preying on kangaroos, wallabies, wombats, and possums. However, approximately 2,000 years ago, the Tasmanian tiger population took a significant hint. The arrival of Europeans and the introduction of dingoes hastened their decline. To make matters worse, between 1830 and 1909, a British company offered bounties for these creatures, further pushing them towards extinction. The final wild Tasmanian tiger was captured in 1933, marking the beginning of their captivity. Despite the occasional claimed sighting, no concrete evidence has emerged about their existence today, leaving their existence confined to history. The loss of these unique beings with their punk rock appearance and nurturing pouches stands as a significant event in the annals of extinct species. As always, if there's an extinct species that you think I've missed, feel free to let me know down in the comments. This has been AJ Spatola with Most Amazing, and I'll catch you all in another video. Later.